have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident.
Hello guys, Circles here and I am back with another video. So in this video, Clement, Godwin and I discuss whether the Bible contains any misogyny whatsoever. So I guess this is something that is hard for people, especially followers of the Bible, to discuss because no one wants to reprimand such a sacred text in any way. But I don't want anyone to see this video as us trying to reprimand the sacred text. It's us simply unapologetically analyzing it to see what is in it. We're not questioning God. We're not trying to question God. We're trying to question aspects of the Bible. And although the Bible was very much inspired by God, a lot of the things in the Bible pertaining to women, I felt was in need of analysis. And you can say we're questioning it because we are to a certain extent, but we don't mean to do that in a blasphemous way, in a disrespectful way. And I think we were quite courteous in this video. I think God wants people to question. I think He wants them to ask questions of society, of anything that comes from man, whether it's written, whether it's spoken, and woman, of course. So in this video, you will see us applying our inquisitiveness, applying our curious also. And asking questions and talking and conversing about this topic. Again, we don't mean anything to be disrespectful, but we felt it's a conversation that needed to be had. We talk about traditional norms, we talk about the modern world that we live in, we talk about the difference in perception, and it all ties into that topic of whether there's misogynistic aspects in the Bible. I think it's a very fruitful conversation, and I'm sure some of you will enjoy it. I hope all of you enjoy it. So yes, if you do enjoy the video after watching it, please like, comment, let us know what you think of it, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But anyways, without further ado, here's the video. And this is Godwin and Clement. We're back with another video, and we're joined with Marina. Hey guys, it's Eric and I'm back with another video. This is video 3 of the Biblical Series and I'm still joined by Godwin and Clement. And we also have a very, very, very special guest. Rodina, say hello to the people.
Hi. Hi guys.
Hey, that's her. She is also Ghanaian. This is Nigerian, so there's a balance. There's a balance now. We're not dominating it anymore. And in this video, we're going to be talking about whether or not the Bible is misogynistic. So I'm going to ask that question actually. I'm going to ask whether or not people here think the Bible is misogynistic. Then I'm going to count to 3. And after I count to 3, we can all say yes or no. Okay, so I ask the question, I count to 3, then we all shout out yes or no, whatever we think. So, is the Bible misogynistic? 1, 2, 3.
Yes.
No.
It could be. Yeah,
Okay.
It may be not.
Alright, so I'm not going to say the Bible is outright misogynistic because it clearly isn't. It isn't a document that is intended to be misogynistic, but one could argue that there are misogynistic aspects of the Bible. I'm going to actually cite the book of Numbers. In the book of Numbers, God said, iniquity falls upon the woman and not the man. In the book of Deuteronomy, when Moses was sharing the laws to the people of Israel, Moses said that if the woman was not a virgin, and the spouse of the woman suspects that she's not a virgin before they marry, the woman will be stoned to death. But if the man lied about her not being a virgin, all that happened to him is he's whipped and he has to pay a fine. Because there's a lot of double standards. In the book of Samuel 2, King David, one of his sons actually raped his sister. So King David's daughter was raped by one of his sons and nothing happened to him. King David heard about this and he completely pardoned him. But the brother of that guy killed him to take vengeance for what happened to his sister, and everyone chased him and he was ostracized from society. So there's a lot of double standards in the Bible. Even the vocabulary, the rhetoric in the Bible, it's always he, pronoun he, him, man, men lead, no woman. You know what I mean? So what do you think of what I've said, the 3 of you? Anyone disagree, agree? Let me know.
Do any of you agree? Clement, you said you agreed.
Oh yeah, what was I gonna say?
Any misogynistic parts of the Bible at all, in your opinion?
No, Gordon, you go ahead.
To me. To you. Now to me.
I mean, for me, there's a very big question mark because I just like right now I'm thinking of it's not, but somehow maybe someone is saying it is, but it's not as strong as that saying it's not. But the reason why I'm saying it's not is I think it was the nature or the way God created the earth or the universe. What, like you see, when God created the earth, He created a man first, right? And He gave everything to man to look over, to look after. Like everything was given to man. So Adam had to name everything, did whatever he wanted with the earth that God gave him. But like it's just that later on, God seen that Adam was a little lonely, and He seen that loneliness wasn't good. So then He put Adam into a deep sleep, and then made woman Eve from his ribs. So with that, I think God, that was the way God created the universe. He just wanted to show how powerful He is, and the leadership skills, I guess. Because if you look into the world right now, maybe it has changed a little bit. Maybe it has changed a little bit, but like usually it used to be men who dominated everything, right? And even if you look into the Bible, like when God came to earth as Jesus, all His disciples were male. Like He did everything with male the male human beings. So I just think it's the way God portrays the nature of the world. Yeah.
Anyone want to add to that?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree with him.
She agrees. The woman agrees. All right. So I guess with me, what I've kind of noticed also is I'm going to cite another book, Judges. In the book of Judges, the Benjamites, they're a tribe in Israel. They, I think, were punished in some way, and they were not allowed to marry women, the men in the tribe. So they were asked to go out and steal women from the tribe of Shiloh when they were dancing. Seize them and take them as their wife. So this kind of rhetoric that almost, in my opinion, degrades women, makes them look like objects that we just take and leave. And even the big dogs in the Bible, the prophets, they had concubines for days. They had, concubines. And I find it so funny when I read it. And they're like, he went into the concubine. We know what it is.
We all know what it is.
So, yeah, just that type of rhetoric. I think there's undertones of not oppression but degradation when it comes to women, and it's something that really struck out to me and something that really actually bothered me. And I think man's influence, and when I say man, I'm speaking in terms of gender, man's influence is really widespread in the Bible. You can tell that it's man that influenced the Bible. And if God, let's say, called on 4 of us to write a new Bible today, let's say, for example, we wouldn't write it in the same way that they did. I think we'd show more clemency to women, and we'd be more lenient to women. So I think in terms of the topic of misogyny, we shouldn't be scared to call out parts in the Bible that might be misogynistic, because again, man wrote it, and it might be based upon their interpretation, as we said in the last video. But this is just what I've noticed.
But see, to me, when you said man wrote the Bible, man writing the Bible, God inspired God inspired them to write the Bible. So everything that was written in the Bible was from God, because God gave them the words and whatever to those who wrote the Bible. God gave everything to them, and whatever God gave to them, that's what they wrote. So I think, me personally, I think the Bible is right for doing whatever or saying whatever is said, because it's from the main man himself. So and also you saying about the Benjamites, after they went to Shedon to go steal women for themselves, I think after that actually God actually did punish them for that. I think God did punish them, because God gave everyone choices, right? Even though man dominates everything, but He still gave human beings choices. He gave man choices, He gave women choices. So I think it wasn't God who had told them to go steal women for themselves. I think it was their own choice, because if you remember, they didn't want to be with their own, because they were all families, right? And right now, I mean, being with your sister. It doesn't make sense, if you know what I mean. So yeah, so I think they just wanted to, just be with others, but like the way they approached it by killing other people, because like the way they stole women from Shedom, it wasn't like they just went there and took them away. They actually killed to get the women. So I think that's why that's why it looks a little bit bad. Well, a little bit. That's why it looks bad. But also in saying that, I think for me personally, I think the Bible is right in saying that. Using men. Using men in most of the the activities or whatever happened. I think it's just what God wanted it to be, and
Okay, I that's interesting. And over the past few decades, you saw the ascendance of the feminist movement. A movement fighting for equal rights for women, liberation for women when it comes to certain parts of society. But I actually think the traditional aspects of the Bible represents a lot of what feminists were fighting against. Now, when I say the Bible, I don't want to say it like it's a whole book, because the Bible is so great. It's filled with so many great things and inspiring things, but this is not an aspect that is to be ignored. That's why we're making this video. We can't just tiptoe around little things and say, oh, they don't exist, because when people find them, then we're mortified, we're shamed. So, again, I think there are parts of the Bible, in my opinion, that just see, as you said, men in the leadership role, it's them leading, it's them doing the great things, and women behind them supporting the man. They have to be in the subordinate role. I just don't know if that's correct. And if that is true, if God wanted it to be that way, surely God would be against the feminist movement. I don't think he is. I think he likes it. So I think man's influence on the Bible cannot be denied. And although God inspired people to write the Bible, undoubtedly,
God also used women. In various chapters or books of the Bible, like Esther, as he said, Ruth, Deborah, and loads of many others. Even in my church, the way my church came about, we have a lady called Ellen White that we believe God used her in so many ways to get His word across the world. We have like so many books about her that she explains, what happened between what God showed her and what God told her to do and everything. We have like loads of books that she's written, and those books are very great. And I would recommend it for like everyone. But God used loads of women in the Bible as well to do so many great things. So I don't think the Bible, I don't know, but I don't think, God just wanted to leave women out as such. But like, I think there should be a reason why God only uses men for most of his things.
Yeah, actually, I have a question. Like, because in the Bible, how would I say this? Like, God describes people as man.
Yeah.
So why is that?
Preach, sister. Let her know, sister. Why is that?
You're going against me. I thought you said no to the question.
No.
That's so true. But see, man is actually used as a general term to describe human. But why is it man? Why is it woman? If you know what I mean. Because life, one thing that I think is contradictory is the fact that life flows from the woman. True. We all have the utmost of respect for women. Because they are the givers of life. Even the whole question of the gender of God. Now, I don't want to get into that, because I believe God is everything. I think he's black, white, he's yellow, he's she, he's he, he's everything. He's the thing that everything flows from. However, the giver of life is a female, so it's contradictory to have the he supreme, playing a supreme role, if you know what I mean. Not to say that the she should be, but the he, I think, doesn't have as much a right to it as the female would, because the life flows from the female, if you know what I mean.
I mean, if you look at in human nature, men has more control over themselves. If you know what I mean, like man, like a woman will cry about everything. I'm not saying women are crying, but like if you know what I mean, like
human nature.
Like in human nature, men actually have control. Like they know. Like
men cry as well.
I know men cry, but like still, when it comes to controlling and not even emotions as such, like everything, like that's why when it comes to a family, right? They're like the man is meant to, you know,
Control
the family, provide for the family. You know, I'm not saying women can't work or do whatever. They can do whatever they want, but even when it still comes to the family, the man is the head of the family. If you know what I mean. So, I think that's what we see throughout the Bible. What God is trying to show us, like men,
are more dominant.
are more dominant. Not saying women can't do anything. Women can do a lot of things, but it's just that God wanted, you know, to show, the man to, you know, because the man actually has a lot of roles to play when it comes to, you know, being human and being in the family and other things.
This is so interesting.
Yeah.
Because many people...
Well, that's what I think.
No, that's fair, to be honest. I think opinions like that sometimes are dismissed. And sometimes radical feminist opinions about how females can do it too are dismissed also. We need to, I think, maintain somewhat of a balance between tradition and between where we want society to go.
I mean, I'm not saying women can't do anything, so please don't come at me.
Some people are ultra traditionalists. You know, they're just tradition, man do this, woman can't do that. But some people like you are trying to...
it's in a lot of African cultures.
Some people are like you are trying to draw logos and reason from it and trying to make sense of it all, because tradition does exist for a reason, and maybe it did benefit us in certain ways. However, we still should not subject women to subordinate roles and talk about how they're inferior when it comes in certain contexts, because men have a tendency to do that when they talk about this topic. So
that's why when it comes to me, I'm a bit confused. That's what I was saying. I don't really know. Maybe it is or maybe it's not, because, you know, it could be right and it could be wrong. I don't know for myself. But that's whatever I said, that's what I believe anyway.
And what do you think, Clement, of what we said?
I agree with everything
I
you
guess
said.
we need to give the final word to the lady. So what do you think?
Well, I said yes at the start because I thought like
no.
a man... What? Yeah. Oh, actually I said no at the start because I thought a man came to this earth first. So maybe that's why it's like that. And also a man is the head of the family. But now I'm starting to say yes because I don't know, right now like I'm a bit confused.
It's okay.
So yeah.
Interesting. Well, the woman has spoken. Alright, she speaks, we listen. Well, that has been this video, guys. I hope you liked it. If you do, please like, subscribe, comment, let us know what you think of the video. If you disagree with me, Godwin, Clement, or Nardina, let us know in the comment section, and if you don't, let us know. So we'll see you at the fourth and final video, in which we're going to be talking about something that we're going to let you know about in that video. No spoilers.